Want better peppers? Try these 5 tips. Number 4 is gonna surprise you. One of the things I really love whenever I'm prepping my soil for planting peppers, you gotta remember how much these plants love phosphorus. They really, really love phosphorus. Do yourself a favor, go out and get some bone meal, and make sure when you transplant, you're gonna drop some of that bone meal right down into the hole and then mix it up a little bit and then just put it down. That's really gonna do your root mass a whole lot of good. Speaking of root mass, number 2, I'm just gonna show you an example. When you start seeing flowers early in the spring, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna pinch these flowers off. This beautiful guy here, that's actually gonna form a pepper. But in the spring, you don't want that. In the spring, you want to increase the root mass. So those early flowers, pull them back. That's gonna increase your root mass, and that's going to give you a bigger plant, which is gonna give you bigger and better peppers. Early in the season, once you get through those flowers, if you missed any, and you've got some peppers coming on, I would just go on ahead, these young guys, just go on ahead and pull them off. When you pull off those young peppers, that's going to, again, it's going to increase the root mass. Instead of the plant sending energy out to the fruit, you want to get the plant to send energy out to its root mass. When you have good, healthy soil, you have healthier root masses. When you have a healthier root mass, you have a healthier plant. When you have a healthier plant, you have a healthier yield. You have a better tasting fruit. You have a better tasting product. So personally, it's a really good idea in the spring to make sure early on, those early peppers, just start pulling them off when they're young, when they're small. What that's going to do is going to give you a better, healthier plant. I told you number 4 is going to surprise you. Well, here you go, the banana peel. When you start seeing this plant fruit, you're going to want to cut this up. And I like it in smaller pieces because it breaks down faster, which is what we're looking for, right? When the plant starts to fruit and you're ready, go on ahead and start taking these and put them right down here along the base of the plant. As these break down, they are going to release potassium. That potassium encourages more fruit, which is right, that's what we want. We want more fruit. So just go on ahead and dig down and get that in there, and these roots will absorb that as it breaks down. And I'll bet you, even as late in the season as we're at right now, as you can see, we're still getting flowers. This plant is still going to benefit from this extra potassium, and I'm still going to be harvesting these peppers probably until after the first frost. I mean, we're talking mid-November. The other thing that's nice about these banana peels is they also repel aphids. If I get real lucky, I'll probably end up going all the way to Thanksgiving and still being able to pull these wonderful Jimmy Nardello sweet peppers. Number 5, last tip. You have got to, if you're gonna grow some big healthy plants, you have got to make sure you use a string line or a trellis. One or the other, does not matter which. I personally prefer a string line. It's just easier for me. I trellis so many different other things in the garden, from zucchini to tomatoes to cucumbers, that a string line for me works really well. It's a little bit less work, and it does the job of, as this plant grows, you can see how it's starting to lean already. Well, if this didn't have this string line to support it, it probably would have fallen over completely and broken some branches off from all the fruit. So make sure you use that string line or trellis. Like I say, I prefer a string line, and it's really easy to do. As you can see, it's just a few sticks pounded into the ground with a cross member with some screws. Just run back and forth, and that really helps these plants stay alive. For bigger, tastier peppers, just follow these 5 tips and you're gonna have big, healthy plants that give you big, beautiful peppers.